Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a review on Rosario plus Vampire. A lot of people call it Rosario and Vampire. I don't really see how that works, but I don't know. I might have gotten it wrong. There's a plus sign there, so I say Rosario plus Vampire. Alright, basically this series is a 24 volume series. It's kind of confusing because instead of sticking with one name, they kind of went almost like Durarara did with their Psycha arc and Yellow Scarves arc. They renamed part of it and sold it under that name. So this is the first part of the series. I don't know in the second part of the series. Second part of the series is 14 volumes long. This one is 10. Now, I liked the show, the anime, and a lot of people, this was one of the first shows that I watched. And a lot of people had commented on it saying, oh, this was a terrible show, it didn't follow the manga very well. I had no idea what manga was. So I didn't know what they were talking about, but I loved the show. So then I find out there's a manga to it, and I start collecting manga, so I've got to get it. I want to read it. Well, finally, I found like 2 and like 5 through 10 for like $12. And I was like, oh, that's a great deal. So then I only need 1, 3, and 4. Well, kid you not, it took me 4 months to get 1, 3, and 4. So I had these sitting on my shelves, and I wanted to read them so bad. I finally got around to buying 1, 3, and 4. I got them for like $6 altogether, which was a great deal. Except for 3 has a mega stain down one of its pages. But it overall was like one of the best manga that I've read. It was an amazing story, and I want to read season 2. Season 2 looks even better than 1. And a lot of people commented on how the anime didn't follow the manga, and they're right. The anime was very loosely based off the manga. The chapters and the timelines and all that were different. Certain events happening were different. One of the most notable, I guess you could say, events was when they introduced the characters Mizure and Rose. Or no, Ruby. Her name's Ruby. Sorry. Mizure and Ruby. Mizure and Ruby originally were introduced in the order from the first girl to the last girl. It was Mocha, Kurumu, Yuki, or whatever her name is. What is her name? I don't remember. Is that one? I forgot. But the short witch girl, then Mizure, and then Ruby, who was other witch. But in the manga, it was the other way around, being Mocha, Kurumu, still forget her name, and then it was Ruby, then Mizure. And that was confusing, and one of my favorite episodes from the anime and one of my favorite characters from it weren't in the same chapter. So it threw me off a lot because I liked her character in that episode. But overall, the manga was really enjoyable to read. Like, I couldn't give it more stars. That's 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, it was an amazing story. They're in the anime, they don't mention a lot of things, and those things make a world of difference. Because I was reading it and I thought, I should be fine. When I had 2 but didn't have 1, I thought, whatever, I can just read the second volume. I've seen both seasons of the show, so I should be fine. No, I was like 2 pages in and already confused because I didn't know half of the things that were going on. Then I finally get the whole thing and read it all, and blows me away, all these different things. And then certain questions I had in the anime, like how did that happen, were actually answered. But it was like from this off the wall, you didn't know it was there. They don't even mention it in the show, except for once. And it was the end of season 2. So you're like, what? But overall, it was a great anime. I enjoyed it. I mean, you gotta kind of not know the manga in order to watch the anime, because once you know the manga, you're gonna get annoyed by the anime because it's not there. None of it is there. Like, I'd probably say about 10% of that anime was based off the manga. That 10% being the name and the names of the characters, because those don't change. Though there are characters that aren't there. And there are characters that aren't that gender. And a few other things. But overall, it's just that they're not there. I would give this manga 10 out of 10 because I love Rosario plus Vampire. It was one of my favorite series. If I gave it a 9 out of 10, it would only be because of the stupidest little aesthetic thing. And all of the Rosario plus Vampire spines have red for the Rosario plus Vampire. And the 5th volume with my favorite character on it, Mizure, has blue writing. So it's not even like this is an odd numbered series where you'd have a correct amount between them that like, oh, this is the middle volume, because there's 10. The middle volume isn't 5 because it's not 6 either. It's like 5.5, but there is no half. So you're sitting there with 4 red, 1 blue, 5 red, and it just doesn't, I didn't understand why they had to do that. But it was cool because I always knew which one my favorite character was on. It was overall an amazing series. I found it funny because it was released a while ago, and a lot of the series that are like, oh, check out this beginning series in the back that they tell you about have finished and have animes at this point, and some of them actually have second seasons of animes, so it's like, yep, this is a little older. But overall, it was a great story. Actually, the reason why it was called Season 2 instead of just one Rosario plus Vampire was this entire series was actually released in another magazine. It wasn't released completely in Shonen Jump. It's just by the time they got to the 10th volume and that chapter, in the last chapter in the 10th volume, that actual publishing company, basically magazine, is like a Shonen Jump kind of thing, shut down, and they couldn't print any more of the volumes. Viz rescued it, Shonen Jump rescued the chapters, they released it under a different name. It's confusing, but it's there. Viz Media is supposed to be like next year or the end of this year. I think the end of this year, maybe next year. Don't know. They're releasing a box set for it, which would be awesome because, well, it'll suck for me because I've already bought all 10 of the first set, but a box set for it would be great for anybody who wants to read it. So if you're really eager to read it, buy it because it's a great series and you won't be disappointed. But if you can wait, like I should have, I would wait. And I would get the box set because it has all 24 volumes, because there's 14 volumes in the second series. And I would just read it then. But Viz is also releasing another box set with that, which is actually the Claymore box set, which I just picked the first volume up of. So, probably not going to be doing a Claymore review anytime soon because I don't plan on buying the rest of it until that box set comes out, because then I can just read it in one shot. But I will be doing a first impressions video next Monday, because my next video, Thursday, is going to be an anime review on Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon, which is the weirdest name ever for the coolest anime I watched in the summer 2015 season. Well, overall, that does it for today's review. Be sure to check out my Twitter and all that stuff. I'm going to be putting it right here, right where my finger's flying in the air, because why not? Maybe I'll put it on my face. I don't know. But be sure to check those out. Also, be sure to subscribe, like, comment. I never understood why they said rate. I have no idea what that is, but if you know how to do it, please do. Check out my other videos. I had video last Thursday on AI I Love You. Before that was Hot Gimmick, and before that was Chobits. Be sure to check those out. I think I said that in the wrong order.